body. Boy, you're in for a very entertaining morning. Let's kick this off, okay? Shall we? Dig it!
Well, I met a man the other day who thought the earth was flat. I said, man, you must be crazy. Where the hell is your tinfoil hat? But he spoke with such conviction, and he believed the words he spoke. And something deep inside me knew this couldn't be a joke. But why would he believe this? Or why believe such things? 'Cause everybody knows the earth's a ball and that it spins. Well, you must be pretty crazy if you think the earth is flat. 'Cause we all know that it's a globe, and that's a simple fact. So I said, what about the photographs that NASA takes from space? He gave a knowing smile and told me, man, those things are fake. But what about the videos that I've seen with my two eyes? What about them? He replied, have you heard of CGI? Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their line scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Well, I was kind of skeptical, but I have an open mind. And what he said was interesting, and I've got a little time. So I grabbed myself a doobie, and I started watching vids. 'Cause if NASA's really lying, then they're lying to my kids. And as I watched, I got angry as I learned of the deceit. The global earth deception was right there at my feet. Well, holy shit, this could be true. What if we're not on a globe? The more I learned, the more I yearned, the more I started to probe. I upturned every rock of information I could find. I started to unlock the truth, the war upon my mind. I had 1,000 questions I just couldn't understand. I had to meet that man again, that flat earth man. Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their line scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Well, I called him up that evening, and he agreed to meet. He was very welcoming, and he showed me to my seat. He said, I see you've done some research, my open-minded friend. I know you'll have some questions, which we'll get to in the end. First, take a look at what's on these walls, paintings of a globe. I painted every single one of these, don't you know? You see, back in the day before computers, I was in demand. An artist painting everything I saw upon the land. Landscapes were my favorite, I was awfully good at those. Many people told me that they looked just like photos. And then one day I got a call from a real important dude. He asked me if I'd like a job and said the money's good. Well, what's the job, I asked him, then I'll wait for his reply. You'll be painting globes for NASA, then he promptly said goodbye. Well, I was sworn to secrecy, I could not tell a soul that I just got myself a job with NASA painting globes. My work was published globally in every magazine. To fool the people of where we live, a truly evil scheme. See, we don't live on a globe, he said, the earth is truly flat. I've been on the inside and I know that that's a fact. Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And as for flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their line scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Well, we talked until the sun came up and my mind was truly blown. This man had challenged everything that I thought I'd known. And finally it was clear to me to why these bastards lie. And finally it was clear to me about the reasons why. It's all about control, you know, to get inside your head. It's all about the money too. They got an awful lot of bread. $50 million, man, what could you do with that? That's what NASA gets a day to hide the Earth is flat. You see, if they can get you to believe that you're on a spinning ball, well, things like God and creation just make no sense at all. It all exploded from nothing, right, with their theory of Big Bang. It's true satanic mind control from the Freemasonic gang. You see, it's only Freemasons that get to go to space. They're the evil bastards who are lying to your face.
Right to your
yeah,
face.
NASA's pretty evil, man. The whole thing is such a fraud. The only reason they exist is to hide a loving God. Oh, NASA's faking everything that you have ever seen. And NASA's flying to the moon, well, they ain't never been. Indeed, my friend, their lying scum is there for you to see. Just take some time, look into it, and the truth will set you free. Yeah, NASA's pretty evil, man. They're a lying scumbag. Take some time, man. Look into it. I did. Now my mind is truly blown.
Wow!
The truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free, ladies and gentlemen. And there's that doggy. How's that dog doing? Hey, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something right now. One of my favorite people is like Elvis to me, okay? And you know how big a fan of Elvis I am. This cat, we talked to him way back, before all hell broke loose. We hung out with this cat, Alex Michael, the conspiracy music guru. Okay? And I reached out to him the other day, hey, would you come back and let's catch up from where we left off? But now we're in a whole different world. And I got to tell you, it touches my heart that the guy, this guy's all over the place. And he inspires me, this man, to carry on my good fight. I listen to this cat's music like almost every day. I'll be playing backgammon. Just put Alex on. And since I'm always following him, he's always popping up on me. I've listened to every one of his songs at least like 10 times. I'll do the dishes and Alex will be in the background. You know? I told you so! One of my favorite people on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. And he is here right now. Look, he looks like Jesus behind me, doesn't he? Like the rays coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex is in the house, and here's my man, my brother from another mother. Right there, my man.
Hey, brother, how's it going? Man, what, bro? Dude, I'll tell you what, I've had a really shitty day today, and you've just really lifted my spirits, man. Thank you for that, brother.
That's my job, right? That's what I do for everybody. Anybody that comes and hangs with me. See, I throw a party. I don't consider it a show. I consider it a party. And I kind of lay down black pills, but I throw a bunch of laughs in the middle. I throw laughs in between, you know? Because you got to take it light, cats and kittens. Right, Alex? We're experiencing this.
But when you're in this kind of information, you've got two choices. You could either fall into and spiral into depression, or you can have a bit of fun with it. And I choose the latter every day because the alternative for me is not livable. So you can see the humour and the tongue-in-cheek and the satire with my music, and that's my coping mechanism, if you like. It's if I didn't have that and cognac, I think I'd go fucking mad.
Hey, I'll cheer you with the cognac. Come on, give me a cheers. Yeah,
cheers, bro. The large one.
Hey, Clementine. So, I want this is the analogy I give everybody, because I guarantee you right now. Oh, well, let me ask you this question: what do you think of the pandemic amnesty?
You know,
like, forgive us for collapsing the planet?
You know what? Best I can do is Nuremberg 2.0. How about that?
Say that one more time.
The best I can do is Nuremberg 2.0. How about that?
How about that? Oh my God, what they've done to us. The analogy I use with these people is, they closed Las Vegas. They shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay, now you have tens of thousands of people that worked in Las Vegas. You've got single moms, single dads, waiters, waitresses, groupiers. You think these people got 100,000 in the bank? What happened to them? Where did they go to work? What happened? And that's just Las Vegas. 70% of the restaurants, this is just the United States, 70% of the restaurants will never open again because they were in essential businesses, although McDonald's was essential.
Well, I hope people have learned. I hope people have learned their lessons. I hope people can now see the tyrannical boot that is, you know, stomping on their heads continuously. Like, people should realise now that their businesses are not their own. If the government can come along and tell them to shut their doors, then people always say, "Oh, I've got my own business. I've got my own business." Well, no, it's not yours really. If they can come along and down like that. So, what's that noise, Shelley?
That's a dog. Hey, what's your dog's name?
Ah, my dog's name was Eddie. He's no longer with us. The guy.
Oh, really?
Longer with us. But he's cemented in my videos forever. So that's the cool thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of animals that are gone now. But I got Clementine and I got a mouse, Jimmy. That's my company. You know, I'm a loner. You got Jenny.
So you got a mouse called Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy the mouse.
My other cocker spaniel was called Jimmy after Hendrix. That's interesting.
You know who Jimi Hendrix is?
Well, they do say Morgan, but
I don't know either, bro. You know,
I don't know.
It's a lot of. I always say, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But it's a possibility. Anything's possible now.
It's in this insane world, you know, it's on the table for me. You know, if you've got something as you know, crazy as that, I want to hear about it. Because if you'd have said to me, you know, 10 years ago, I would have been, you know, a globe denier or globe skeptic, or, you know, flat earther. It comes with such, you know, negative connotations. But if you'd have said that to me 10 years ago, I would say, get the hell out of here. But now, you know, when I hear crazy stuff like that, I'll give it a second. I'll go, right, okay, what you got, man? That's nice. That shows, you know, an open mind and a bit of critical thought. I like that. I like being able to think like that. That wouldn't have been on the table for me before, but now it is, and that makes things a little bit more exciting.
Well, this is the thing with you know, all those that haven't woken up to I believe the closer you get to the truth, the closer you get to your God. Okay, that's my belief. So that's why I'm always searching for the truth. And anybody can say anything to me. And just like you, I say, okay, lay it on me, man. Let's hear it. But see, those against us are unfair. They're unfair. I had one guy on. I requested LGBTQ. Come on. What rights do you want? Come on my show. Come debate with me. Come talk to me about it. Okay? Wake me the fuck up. All right? I had one guy come on. And no matter what I showed him, I got one time, and this is about flat Earth. I had him one time, just once, say, oh, well, that's kind of weird. And then I say, you know, gravity's a bullshit. You know, that's just make-believe. Oh, I have proof of gravity. And he sends me, then I showed it on the show. I said, oh, send it to me. Let's see your proof. And there are 2 marbles in a jar. So you're like giving me pseudoscience. I'm like, hey, I got a bridge on the East Coast, real cheap. Want to buy it? See, this is my fear. I know people are waking up every day. And I pray to my God, if they try to slap those diapers on these sheep's face again, they're like, you know what? Fuck that shit. You know the analogy I gave everybody to do? I said, do me a favor, guys. I want you to be fully dressed. And I don't like potty talk too much. But this is a great way to prove to you that it's bullshit. I want you to be fully dressed. I want you to sit in your car. I want you to put your mask on. And I want you to fart. Okay? And once you smell your own stink, you know it's bullshit. They put these plexiglass things over everybody's freaking, you know, when you're checking out of the grocery store, the plexiglass, right? But meanwhile, the chick or the dude behind the counter is touching every one of my fucking products. And who had to pay for those plexiglass sheets? Do you know?
The taxpayer, would it be, by any chance?
Nope, the store owner.
Yeah.
They had to pay for it. Wasn't distributed. Follow the money. That would have been a good investment, right?
It's like trying to analyze madness, isn't it? I've seen this world in such a different light now. I no longer try and analyze it. I'm just more accepting that I'm in a mad idiocracy, tyrannical. I'm trying to distance myself from it as much as possible, because the last 2 years really woke me up. It really pushed me into a bit more self-sufficiency. It really gave me the nudge that I needed to see, you know, what this system is really capable of. And so that's a good thing in a way. So, you know, I always, you know, err on the side of positive. So I'm not going to analyze it anymore and try and figure out and try and say, look, and follow the money. And like, we know it's a crazy system. We know it's run by psychopaths. Always has been, I think. I don't know. And I'm just coming to the point where I'm accepting that I'm the only sane one in a mental asylum. It's kind of like that.
Well, let me ask you this. How many... My family has pretty much turned their back on me. Now, this is the crazy thing. My family's in the medical industry, okay? My brother and sister-in-law. And they would give... I've never taken a flu shot. When I was a kid, when I didn't have any rights, okay? But I don't need a fucking flu shot. I know how to handle the flu, okay? But my family, they'd be giving themselves flu shots in the kitchen. And I'm like, no, I'm cool. It's okay. I'm good. And I would get it. You want to hear the craziest thing, bro? Since all this shit went down, I haven't been sick for 3 years.
You go.
3 years, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I've been nauseous sometimes. You know, I've had some bad days, but no flu, no nothing. And you said something the other day.
We got to be. Are we on YouTube? We got to be careful, haven't we, about what we say, because they'll take your channel down if we start going too far.
Yeah, well, I go real far, and it's just a matter of time. But dude, I'm on a Rockfin.
Oh, you're on it?
Well, I started it, and they asked me how many subscribers do you have. I'm still working on it. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to create a bunch of other avenues, because it's just a matter of time before YouTube says, okay, this guy's getting big again. We got to stop him. We got to stop. He's too credible. He's too credible. Now, I'm going to ask your opinion on this. You got a guy like Russell Brand and David Icke, right? These cats talk more shit than you and I combined ever do. But they're okay. 2.1 million subscribers, 4.5 million subscribers. They're okay. See, they're part of the system because they have to tell you the truth.
Well, isn't Russell Brand a friend of the son of Klaus Schwab or someone in the World Economic Forum? He's really pally with that. Like, they'll always give you certain amounts of truth, you know, like David. I mean, I learned a shit ton of stuff from David Icke. You know, he was essential in my journey. But when you get to a point when you start looking at NASA and you understand, you know, the cult that is and what that's doing to the world and brainwash, it's the biggest conspiracy in the world now, or one of the biggest. And Icke doesn't talk about that. So there, by definition, is your gatekeeper. So no, I don't even. I'm on my own path. I'm almost like I've got like a handful of people that I can really trust, that I get really good information from. And I just leave it at that, mate. And then I just want to be in my garden and in my studio, mate. Trying to analyze this shit is exhausting.
It is exhausting, man. It's like you said. You know, I don't go out there. I hate people. Me personally, you give me a mouse, a cat, a dog, a rhino. I love them. I've never had a problem with an animal in my life. The only animal I've ever had a problem with was the human animal.
You're right. Dude, there's a reason why I left the UK. I pretty much said goodbye to my entire family. Wanted to be left on my own. I'm in a quiet place in Spain, and I don't really have a bunch of friends, but I have 12 cats, bro, and I fucking love every one of them.
You've got 12 cats?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a cat guy. I love cats. I've had a cat my whole life. I've had a cat. You want to hear the story about Clementine?
Go for it.
Okay, I named Clementine before I had Clementine. And I actually went to the pet store. And they wanted $300 for a kitten. I was like, what, are you kidding me? So I wanted the cat to find me. And this cat, actually, one day sitting here, I hear something on the fence, and there's this cat literally leaning over the fence like this. I said, hey, what are you doing? Right? And took off. Now, a couple of days later, I hear there she is. Hey, girl. There's rustling over here in the mulch next to the house, because there's only like 3 feet between this and the fence. And I get the flashlight, and there she is. I'm like, hey, what are you doing, girl? So I put some turkey out. Now, I showed on my show, she would rip me up, man. She would tear my hands up, scratch me, bite me, right? And I'm patient. This is a feral cat. So one morning, I'm sleeping, and I wake up to, and I open my eyes, and she's on the bed, looking at me. Like, what are you doing, girl? But boy, it took a while. Oh, I haven't had a scratch in 8 months. But the first month or two, man, she'd rip me up. She'd just tear me up. But I love her. I love her. And she found me. And her name was Clementine, because if it was a dude, it would be Clem. And if it was a chick, it would be Clementine. And this is the first female cat I've had. All my other cats were dudes. They're much cooler, in my opinion. But she's cool.
We've got a similar story. We didn't go out looking for cats. They found us. One came onto the property. We started feeding it, or rather my wife started feeding it. Then this one brought its girlfriend. They mated, had 2 kittens. Then we started feeding them kittens, and we ended up with 12. And then it was getting, like, they multiplied so quickly. We had to get the female one spayed, which I don't like doing. I don't like taking cats to vets and having like surgical procedures, but we would have ended up with 100 cats by now if we hadn't done that. But yeah, we didn't go looking for them. They found us.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, man. I was waiting to be like at the grocery store and having a cat come up to me. But no, this one came to my house. And fortunately, she didn't get pregnant over the spring. So we're good for now. Because I don't want to do that either. I don't want to, I don't like mutilating animals, you know?
Well, what? Yeah, I know, but sometimes, I don't know. I'm so torn on it as well. But, you know, sometimes if
you have to do what you got to do. You can't handle 100 cats.
Got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do.
You can't have a cat planet, you know?
Plane.
That's how Alex will end up. Alex will end up like the, you know, what do they call it? The cat lady? He'll be the man lady. He'll be the cat man. He'll have 100 cats. He'll be 90 years old with 100 cats crawling all over him. Jenny's long gone.
That's... she's the one that feeds them and everything. And they're always, you know, they prefer, I think cats love a female energy. They can sense the one that's looking after them, and they love my wife. Some of them are a bit cautious with me, but all of them are just absolutely love my wife. So yeah, she's by definition the cat lady. If I ever leave, she said to me she won't get another boyfriend or another husband. She wants to get another 10 cats.
Yeah. So if you go first, she'll be the cat lady. If she goes first, you'll be the cat man.
Yeah.
And they'll avoid you at all costs.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. There's one of your songs where you say, you know, I was a real jerk at one time. And I snapped out of it once I started learning the truth, and I became a nicer person. Is that accurate? Is that true?
Yeah, that's very true. It couldn't be more true.
So what was going on with you that... first of all, what is the Flat Earth song? Is that a true story where you sat down with this cat?
No. Well, yes and no. Well, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do the first question first. I'll do the second one if I can remember it. You might have to refresh my memory. But yeah, I mean, I was a musician, as a young man. I was DJing. I was a karaoke compere. I was always in the bars, and I was a drinker. I was taking drugs. I was a womanizer. I was an atheist, so I didn't think that my actions had any consequences. So, you know, being a bit of a prick and thinking it's just I don't know what the word is for it, really. I don't know. What is it? Not hedonism. I don't know. What is the word for it? I'm not quite sure, but probably godless. That would probably be the word I'm looking for. So I was just really a bit out of control. You know, sex, drugs, and karaoke. That's, you know, that was my life. And DJ, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I suppose. And but then, yeah, slowly started to see the truth. And when you understand there's a creator and that your actions do have consequences, it makes you a nicer guy, I feel. So, like I say in the song, I treat people with more respect, and I've got me a wife that I'd never neglect. They are true words right there. So yeah, that's the first story. What's the other bit? Oh, the other one, the Flat Earth Man song. That was kind of stems from when I met a friend of mine, and over in Spain. He was the first guy I ever met over here. Actually, he's still friends to this day. His name's Stellium7 on YouTube. He does a lot of Titanology stuff. And I presented the Flat Earth to him, and you know, and it was that typical conversation. Now, don't be ridiculous. Of course, what about all the photographs and blah blah blah, and interaction. So it was that spurred me that made me go on to write my first song called Flat Earth Man. It was about that interaction, about talking to someone about this and him thinking you're crazy. But the story then goes on, you know, talking about an artist. That's all just imagination. That's all just, it's not a real story. But yeah, that's the story of those two.
Okay, that's interesting because, you know, I've been since I was a kid. When they started telling me we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, and I don't even know why they added in tilted wobbly ball. I don't know why they added that in. But from day one, this is the question I had from my parents, my brother, my sister. I asked everybody. I said, well, let me ask you a question. If there was a machine that could dig through the earth to the other side, what would happen when you get to the other side? Would you crawl out? Would you fall out? Would you fall back? And the only answer I got was, well, you can't drill through the earth. Okay, that's the answer I got. And then in school, then they start talking more crazy shit. Now I'm flying around the sun at 360 some odd thousand miles per hour. I mean, it's so much of a cartoon. It's not funny. And I asked the teacher, I said, so you're telling me the clouds, these gossamer clouds, Mr. Stella. I said, so the gossamer clouds, they're flying at 1,000 miles. How do you explain that? Inertia. So I was always like, fuck this shit, okay? This is bullshit. Since I was a kid, I kept my mouth shut. Now I'm going to tell you the day that I said I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. And it was just around the time of the end of the Mayan calendar, when I think there was a shift in reality. Do you know when the Mayan calendar ended in 2012?
It's
something like that. I called like 3 people, and I told them how much I loved them, because I didn't know what was going to happen the next day. I really didn't. And then nothing happened. But you know what? Something did happen.
Didn't you? You bought into that.
There was a shift in reality. No, something happened. Because that's when people went to sleep and others woke up. That's my opinion.
2012 was when not only did I had my 40th birthday in 2012, but in 2012 I started looking into stuff. So 2012 was like life begins at 40, and a whole shitload of doors just opened up, and now I'm in bizarre where I am now. But so maybe that has something to do with the mind thing, or there was a shift to something. I know I felt that shift, but that's my own personal journey and perspective.
Amen. See, it's funny because the whole moon thing as well, I was always like, are you sure? But then I read a book in 1991. It's called Nassau Moon to America by Ralph Renee. And I said, son of a bitch, it's all a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
And this is no computers, ladies and gentlemen. No computers needed. This is when you used to be able to read. They don't even teach cursive in school anymore. Do you know that?
What? I didn't know that.
Well, at least in the United States, that's not curriculum. You don't have to learn cursive. All print.
What?
Because you're dumb as dog dicks.
Dang. That's shocking, that is. My God. So it's all, oh my God, just to rely on the keyboard to enslave humanity to a keystroke is genius.
You're talking to a guy that, you know, I used a typewriter, okay, fuckers? With carbon paper to make a copy, okay? That's when things were great. That's when things were fucking awesome in my world. I had my niece, 18 years old, in anger management. When I was 18 years old, there was not a care in my fucking world, and I was never angry. Fascinating what they've done. And I believe this was an agenda from day one. I believe after the last reset, this is the new reset. This is the new reset, and they're doing it demonically, and they feed off of your hurt, your anger, your frustrations, and they're not telling you how many people have offed themselves. I say, I wish I would mind 10 million people died from the Dos Equis. 10 million.
Oh, it's more than that, dude. It's way more than that.
No, now there is, but not from the Dos Equis. From losing your job, from losing your homes, everything. People give up. A single mom in Vegas, out of a job. Where does she go? They closed Vegas. Where does she go? Does she have 20 grand in the bank to move? Or does she have 2 grand in the bank to get to the next paycheck? You know? That's hand to mouth. And I've lived many years hand to mouth. It's fascinating. Do you know what my ultimate goal is, Michael? I mean, I do that with Kelly Randall. I call him Randall sometimes. Alex. My ultimate goal, this is from day one.
Reminded me of Barack Obama when he refers to his wife as Michael.
Well, you don't do that. You don't make that. You know what? I'm going to tell you something real interesting. See, my brother, my other family, my dad was Mr. CNN, okay? But my dad wouldn't have to jump off the phone. I got to go. They can't handle what I'm talking about. The only people that can't handle what I'm talking about is people that are frightened of what I'm talking about. My father, Mr. CNN himself, would never run away. And he would actually scratch his head. And I sat down with him. I said, you know, Barack... Now, let's talk about this a little bit, okay? Nobody's getting this. But you have Barack Hussein Obama, okay? Then you have Saddam Hussein. And then you have the biggest terrorist of all that they killed and threw off a ship. Osama bin Laden. Do you see? Can you not get the mockery of you? Do you, ladies and gentlemen, not get it? They laugh at you. That's the 1 percentile game. This is how they fucking jerk off on you. Okay? You don't have to believe me. But just try to be critical thinking about it. The nonsense they give you. Outrageous that so many of you are in that fucking hole. And it's terrible for people like myself and Alex and all of you other ones awake that are you know, banging your head against the wall because you can't even, no matter what. That's why I say they're not fair. Okay? The sheeple aren't fair. You can show them. The eyes are useless to a mind that is blind. You can show them proof. Well, you know, I don't know. Well, aren't you looking at what I'm showing you? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I've gone through that many, many, many times. I don't bother. I always bring up this quote, Da Vinci. There's 3 classes of people. Those that see when they are shown, and those who do not see. There's always going to be that class of people that will never, ever see, no matter how much facts or logic you put in front of them. And that's okay. I don't try and I don't try and wake people up anymore. I more sow seeds. I don't frustrate myself with it anymore. And I've got the beautiful the gift of music to be able to communicate with. So
that's how you wake your people up, bro. That's how you wake them up.
Right, because you sound like quite frustrated, and that's that. I know how frustrating it is, but I don't deal with that anymore. I just, you know what? I just sort of hide behind the music. I just make the best message that I can possibly do wrap it up in a music song, in a video, and that I can fight. It's like a supercharged conversation. You're throwing it. It's like, bam, have that, because it's animated. There's comedy in there. There's you know, a catchy chorus. It's, you know, that's a really good way of delivering a message. But trying to do it face to face with people, it's just, that is exhausting in itself. Like that.
Whoa, you tell me about it. I used to do one person at a time, okay? And this is what happened to me. I was getting ready for work. I worked for a law firm. Getting ready for work. And on the TV, which I haven't had for 10 years, Barack Obama is on this. He's talking shit, whatever he's talking about. And I'm literally like putting my pants on. And he says, for all you flat earth, tinfoil hat wearing Baba, and what he said before that or after that, I don't know. But I heard that and I froze.
He said, we don't have a time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
Well, I didn't even know there was a Flat Earth Society. But when he said that, I said, why the fuck did he just say that? Why did he say that? And I said, you know, I'm done. I'm not keeping my mouth shut anymore. I'm going to wake as many people up as possible. Because, again, the closer you get to the truth, the closer you get to your God. And, yeah, I do get frustrated, Alex. But you have to understand, that's the friends of the show. That's what they like to see me do. I lose my shit all the time. But it's a release valve for me.
Yes, therapy.
You know? It's just a release. This is my ultimate goal, which I stated before the show even started. Then when I did a show with Mr. Mediker, who was a big fan of Photon, which is a TV show I did way back in the day, the craziest show you've ever seen in your life. And my goal is to sue NASA in Washington for the billions that would be distributed to the world. And my ultimate goal is to be assassinated, because then I know I did my job.
I think you'll be assassinated way before you even get to the fucking court, mate.
Yep.
I mean,
but that's the point. That's the point. I'm willing, ready, and able. I'm ready to jump anyway.
Stop fighting. You can't fight this thing. You can't. You know, the WF is going to do what they're going to do. Governments will always do what they've always done. I don't think you can just stop recognizing it. Stop making it part of your reality. Disassociate. Stop using the system as much as you can. Grow your own shit. But fighting it, that wouldn't be an avenue I'd want to go down, because I mean that's going to twist you in fucking knots. You're going to end up a bitter. You're going to be Who wants to be like fight? And I appreciate your poem, by the way. That was a really good poem, like the carry on.
Oh yeah, did you carry on? That's a good poem, right? I told you it's one of my favorites, man.
Good. Really good. It's very, very stirring. And I, because that's obviously where you're coming from. Like, fight, carry on, just fucking pick yourself up and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm doing it in my way, I guess, musically. And I guess other people will fight the battle differently. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my way is just disassociating it, just getting it out of my fucking aura, just the existence of this evil, just trying to ignore it as much as I can.
Well,
maybe that's it.
I gotta tell you, you do a brilliant job, my bro. Oh, I have a question for you. Remember, I wrote to you, I said, you know, Tom McDonald is like the bizarro Alex, right?
Yeah.
I got a problem with him now, because one of his videos was produced by Eminem, and we know he's MK Ultra and he's in the machine.
Really? I didn't know that. That's
I didn't
great.
know, like, in your face. He's me. Like, I'm not an Alex preacher. I'm a Tom McDonald preacher. You know what I mean? In your face. But yeah. I said, then it produced by Eminem, and I said, oh, shit. Here we go.
Then, I mean, you've only got to look at old photos of Tom McDonald, and there's loads of Satanism, and he's doing the one eye, and he's doing the devil horns and all of that, and he's wearing clearly pentagrams on his T-shirt and shit like that.
He's a demon.
Yeah, and then you think, well, like, listen to his lyrics. Like, some of the stuff that he put out was just like his lyrics, like every line, bang on point, bang on point, bang. And you're like, this is what people need to hear. So I really support the message. Right. But then you're like, why? He must be tired, because there's no way. I'm an independent musician. How the fuck is he getting millions under this like guise of being an independent artist? I fucking doubt that highly at the moment, to be honest with you, because independent artists, They don't get. How is he churning out song after song after video after? How does he do that? If there's two,
because he's produced by the government.
Has to be. There's, I can put out a good video like once every 6 months, like, or once. It takes me 2 months to do a video, and I'm like, how is he doing this? He's saying all the right things, yes. You in with the truth, of course, but then you've got to watch the journey. And now Eminem's on the scene now. Fuck here now, no way, man.
Well, it's okay because, see, this is the theory that they have to tell you the truth. This is how they mock you. They tell you the truth. They tell you. Me and Alex are people that come to you individually, okay? He's his own producer. I'm my own producer. I'm a one-man show, all right? But they have to tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, because they allow it. And that's how they get away. I said this before. Sometimes I think that like God and the devil are sitting in some bar in some other realm laughing their fucking asses off at us. Because they tell you the truth, man. All I bring is the truth here. My truth, all right? And if I haven't, and when I show you stuff and it's not fact checked, I tell you it's not fact checked. When I fact check it, I tell you it's fact checked. Okay? We're decent men, me and Alex. And all we want to do is try to wake as many of you up to the truth, what's really the truth, because you've been fucking lied to. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think slavery really happened?
Oh, do you know what? I'm so skeptical about all timelines and all historical events now. Even the man that said the whole world's a stage, even Shakespeare, when you start looking at him, like, that's really fucking shoddy information. Like, there's so it's like, I mean, did Eratosthenes even exist, or Galileo, or you're like, I'm questioning.
All cartoon characters, my friend. This is what I want you to do when we're done today. All I want you to do is go on Google and plug in images of Christopher Columbus. You're going to find 5 of them. It's a cartoon. Newton. Get the apple fell on. This is what they teach your children.
I know.
Apple
This
fell
is what,
on his head, and that's gravity.
Can't believe a fucking thing now, can you, man? You got to question everything. It's like, oh my God.
Well, see, that's why when I've been hanging with you since day one, dude. Since the first time I saw you, I've been hanging with you. I turned people on to you before you were even on the show. I told people, before you put your kids in front of Sesame Street, put them in front of Alex Michael. Put them in front of the conspiracy music guru. And as a matter of fact, the craziest thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, he produced these children's books. Do you have them available to show?
Yeah,
Check this out. I did a whole thing on it. I did a whole segment on your books already. But here you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what to put your kids in front of, all right? All right, Larry and Michael, your little chillin'. This is what to put them in front of. Those are my nephews.
So, in this series of books, it's basically my songs, which when I discovered that they went down so well with children, my first album, which was Flat Earth Man album, mothers were saying, I use your music to teach my kids, just like you were saying, put them in front of this before you put them in front of Sesame Street. And then the idea was put to me by David White, who's a big flat earth activist. And he said, why don't you make some children's books out of your songs? And I never really considered it before. So anyway, cut a long story short, we now have 7 children's books. Each book is one of the songs. So like my song Puppet. Now this song all about the international.
That's one of my favorite fucking videos of yours, man. Where you're dancing with the flippers on in the water. Yeah.
So as you can, the books, they're really colourful and they're very vibrant and they've got a ton of information. And it takes, all you're watching is a puppet show. The whole world's a stage.
One of my favorites of all time, ladies. I'm not closing the show with that one. I got one. It's going to be perfect close to this episode.
Got the song that you spoke about earlier, which is where I have my flat earth awakening, and then I treat people with more respect, and I've got me a wife that I'd never neglect. That's this one, Take Your Mind. That's all about, awakening and what it does to you.
Let them take your mind.
I'll let them take your mind, man.
And then we've got Photographs of Earth, which is all of these are, you know, as you can see, very vibrant, and they take stills from
beautiful, man.
And basically, these books are encouraging critical thought in children, which is so important.
Where can people get this book?
Well, I'm trolling Amazon with it, so if you want to get, you have to go onto Amazon, which is kind of.
If they go to Amazon and they plug in a Flat Earth Man or Conspiracy Music Guru.
Flat Earth Man. Type in Flat Earth Man books, and there's 7 on there. They're $12.99, and you know, the good thing about the physical books is they can't be censored. They're going to go from hand to hand to hand to hand. They're going to end up on coffee tables and in waiting rooms and in, you know, jumble sales and charity shops. And I love that because they're you know, they're always going to be there to find.
Amen. I'm with you 100%, my brother.
So yeah, that's Christmas is coming up. If you're one of them sort of people that likes to buy things for other people just because it's a certain time of year, then you know, what better gift to give than the gift of critical thought? How about this? That's the end of my sales pitch. Bless you,
ladies and gentlemen. If you got chilling, Erica Ritchie Dalla. Go get. You know that a Mandarian was born into the show. And I'm against having any children on this planet. Who would, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. Erica, go to Amazon. Flat Earth Man. And get those books from Big E. You know?
Dude, just hold the fort for like 30 seconds while I have a piss of the smoke.
Why don't you do that, man? I will hold down the fort.
I'll be back in a minute.
Well, I'm going to show some Alex then. Shall we? Oh, well, let's see how everybody's doing. You guys okay? I mean, there's no chat because I'm hanging with Alex, and you can't ask for better than this. Hey, the Tin Man Zoo, the True Man Zoo. Not just one fallen angel looked like Satan. Okay, Flat Fingers, research Conspiracy Music Guru. Yes, research him. Ergo, who goes there? Nilbog. How you doing, my man? How's everybody going? Flat Fingers. Flat Earth Alex, my man, my brother from another mother. Who else is hanging? Leah Debbie Aoun Valish. She's speaking some foreign language. The True Man's Zoo, Chinese phone factories, mate. Jessica, hey, babe, how are you? How's everything going with you? Is the audio, everything cool with the audio? I hope so. I don't even care. I'm hanging out with a brother from another mother. And I'm really excited about it. And I'm going to turn him on to the fact that Elvis is alive. Watch me blow his mind. Because it's all rigged. Yeah, you're in a rigged game. No bow to doubt it, pal. I've said that many a time. Who else was chilling? Krista. Music can be million seeds. Better than words. Yes. Music is a very good... very, very good freaking avenue for to get through to people. As a matter of fact, that's what I want to talk to Alex about, the 432 hertz. I did a whole segment on it before, but I'd like him to talk about it, you know, and explain to us his take on and what they did. They changed it. It used to be 432 hertz, ladies and gentlemen. That's a healing hertz. Oh, that's an oxymoron. But then they changed it to a negative vibration. Alex, I want you to talk to us. I did a whole segment on it, but I want you to tell us about 432 hertz. Because the other night I played a beautiful montage of just rivers and waterfalls and everything else with you playing the 432 hertz that you took the time out to do. So can you explain to the audience the difference between 432 hertz and anything else?
Well, the difference between 432 hertz and 440 hertz is 8 hertz. It's pretty simple. No, I mean, how long have I got? I mean, Christ. I mean, I'm prepared for this, but a lot of information, big, huge rabbit hole. The way, how can I explain it? Everything is poison in this world. The information, the air, the food, the water, it's all poison. And I'm sorry to bring you this news, but I believe it is my stance now that the music is poison as well. I mean, we can see it lyrically. We can see the psyops that came out of Laurel Canyon in the 60s. and all of this so-called counterculture movement of the music. But that kind of bastardization alone, I think they've tampered with the frequency as well. Now, when you start hearing names like Rockefeller, that the move to 440, this new keynote frequency that's been the music standard for the last 100 years, when you start seeing names like Rockefeller funding it, there's a book actually called The 440 Enigma. It's available on Amazon. And it's the tagline is the musical conspiracy to separate mankind from the divine, which pretty incredible tagline, really. That should have been the name of the book, if you ask me. And that
you said it's the 440 conspiracy?
Yeah, it's called the 440 Enigma. The 440 Enigma by L.C. Lewis, I think, something like that. But the 440 Enigma, it's quite mind-blowing when you start tracing back what actually happened and who was involved. You know, no surprise, Rockefellers and secret societies and all that sort of stuff. An incredible amount of money going into it. And when you look at the difference between 432 hertz and 440 hertz cymatically, you know, vibration through water, you can see incredible coherent patterns like snowflakes when it's in 432 hertz. Now, if we're to believe their entire bodies are made up of mostly water, then I would like my water to be, you know, those kind of patterns, you know, biologically speaking. But when you look at the cymatic patterns under 440, then it's less coherent, it's kind of ugly, it's like kind of stressed kind of look to it.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like something like this.
Well, I'm a bit behind on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll take a minute, but you'll see it, and you'll see the difference. This is what you're talking about right now.
I mean, let alone because I produced an album in 400. All of my music is in 432 hertz, but this album specifically is called True Solfeggio, which I'm going to hold up to the camera now.
Well, you got a new one coming called Lies, right?
Well, I've got a new song was out. It's called Lies, but I'll get. Oh yeah, look, there you go. Look, there's a difference. There you go. Look, spot on. Look at that. Oh. So which one?
Pick your poison, ladies and gentlemen. Pick your poison.
When you start digging into it a little bit, you start finding, you know, healing frequencies and all of that sort of stuff, and solfeggio healing frequencies, which I did a bit of digging into, and I've even got a study on my laptop actually that shows, you know, the healing benefits of these solfeggio healing frequencies. So it has been tested to some extent, and I decided to put those particular frequencies into an album, embed them into an album, and create the music around it. And I made an album of 7 songs, which are kind of instrumental, relaxing songs, a bit sort of Pink Floyd-y, Eric Clapton, really relaxing stuff with healing frequencies throughout it. And it's called True Solfeggio. And you go on Amazon and type in True Solfeggio and go and have a look at the feedback. It's all 5 stars, and everybody having, you know, quite the experience with this kind of music, with these kind of frequencies, you know, tuned to 432. I believe it's the polar opposite of what the controllers want musically. They want this dissonant 440 hertz, you know, heavy metal stuff, you know, all the kids listening to heavy metal and in 440 hertz, and we wonder why they're little bastards and they're angry all the time. They're so angry. Well, it's because of the music they're listening to, not just the music, but the frequency that it's in.
You have to understand something, dude. One thing I could never wrap my head around. I can't even, you know, the ones that, you know, they're guttural, I'm demonic as it gets.
Yeah.
And how anybody, first of all, can listen to it, I don't get, because, but that's the machine, you know? But how these people, how you guys enjoy it, I don't even understand. I'm not my father, okay? All right? I was into the Who, you know? Okay? But you could hear their words. But there's no talent at all. None whatsoever, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much effort put into the art of it. It's just demonic. And you guys really got to keep away from it. I swear to you. I'm not preaching to you that way. You can listen to whatever you fucking want. But if you're into that real guttural nonsense satanic shit, you got to watch your soul. Now, do me a favor, man. You said true. You got to spell it. It's called True
Solfeggio. It's called. It's
Solfeggio.
True Solfeggio. Yeah, type that into. You can see that on my website. It's and I quote on there that I believe it is the polar opposite of what the controllers of this world want musically. You know, I'm doing pleasant music in the right frequency, embedding healing frequencies in there as well. And just go on Amazon, look at the feedback, see what it's doing to people. I've got so many messages saved on my phone with just people having these, you know, healing experience from, you know, past traumas, and it seems to release blockages of some kind, energetic blockages. I don't really fully understand it. I'm only reading the feedback. It is really still a scientific test because I'm observing the feedback, and just going. I'm you know. Go and have a look on the Amazon reviews. It's like fascinating. I want to make more of these albums. I wish I had a cloning machine so I could make more of these albums, but I just don't have the time. But, you know, going on the feedback of the first, I'd love to do a second and a third.
Hey, one foot in front of the other gets you where you're going. And you lay down beautiful. There's not one thing you've done. You were hanging with this guy doing a New York song because that's my home, right?
Yeah.
That's where I bred. And, you know, you cats and kittens know I'm a sap. Man, this guy's songs choke me up, okay?
Well, let me tell you something about that song. In fact, that guy, his name's Gordo, and he reminds me of you, actually. He's how can I put it? Very American. He's very loud, and he's really animated, and he's not frightened to say stuff, and I like that. And I like that life.
No filter.
You know?
No, I have no filter. I have no filter. That's what gets me in trouble. I'll say what I say.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword, but he sold me a guitar. I bought a guitar of him on Facebook. He came to deliver it, and we got chatting, and he said to me, you know, what do you do then? He looked at the studio. I said, what do you do? I said, well, I make conspiracy music, you know, about, you know, the moon landing and that. And he looked at me and he went, you mean the supposed moon landing? And I went, yeah.
Yay, come on in, pal.
Come on in. Friends ever since.
Let's have a cup of tea and some cognac and shoot the shit.
You know, so we do a couple of songs here and there. We get together, we have a little drink, we have a little smoke, we see what comes out, and if anything good comes out, we record it. You know, I think it's quite nice.
Yeah, that New York one, I enjoyed that. And it's
that's like the Montaigne song. It's not an original song.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's Ray LaMontagne. It was what Gordo. He loved that song, and I really like the lyrics because there's kind of conspiracy there, like how cities can be killing you, in a way, you know. So I liked it for that reason. This guy in a hotel room, just like in New York, just going, "This New York City's killing me," and he wants to get back to the good old boys and have a couple of drinks. Like I like that sentiment in that song. So I said, why don't we just set the cameras up and see what comes out? But yeah, it is a cover song ultimately.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's you and Gordo. It's a chill, ladies and gentlemen. Just do me a favor. If you must be, I mean, based on you hanging with me, you know who Alex is. You know the conspiracy music guru. I play his music all the time on the show. Just go to his channel, man. And I don't care what song you pick. This is fucking Elvis to me. Dude, you don't know how much I admire you.
Ah, stop it. Thank you.
Now I'm going to blow your mind. Did you know? You a fan of Elvis?
Can I go there? I can't even go there. You know the Elvis conspiracies, right? You must know the Elvis conspiracies.
I know all about Elvis. And Elvis is still alive. Did you know that?
Pastor Bob, are you going there?
Okay, he knows. I was hoping I would turn you on to Bob Joyce.
Yeah.
The only discrepancy is the age, because he's like in his late 60s, and Elvis would be 87. But the pockmark on the temple, the photo analysis blows my mind. I'm looking to do a GoFundMe to go to Arkansas and make him tell the truth.
Yeah, but he must have had that conversation. He must have had people approach him before about that. I'm sure he won't do interviews or so. I don't know. Maybe you'll never get to the bottom of that, will you?
I'm persuasive. I got you to come hang out with me, didn't I?
And I am Elvis.
You're Elvis. You're my Elvis.
Some people think I'm John Lennon. How about that one?
You just outed yourself. Son of a bitch! It's been a whole conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen. It was a whole hot damn conspiracy. The conspiracy music guru is John Lennon. I knew it. I knew it the whole time.
It's out. It's out. How old? Oh no, hold on. How old would John Lennon be? He would be in his 70s, wouldn't he? Now?
How old Paul? Who's not Paul? He's the second Paul.
The second, yeah. Or you mean four?
Dead.
Yeah, dude. There's another. That's very interesting. That one is.
You know, my friend Giacomo Simone. He was on 70. He lived directly across the street from the Dakota, and he saw the whole thing going on outside his window. Didn't know what it was, but he saw it all going down.
What, the crash?
No, when they killed him, when that cat killed him.
Oh, when someone killed John Lennon, you mean?
Yeah, in front of the Dakota, where his building. And Giacomo was directly across the street. Like, you see the Dakota out his window. And he heard all the siren, he looked out, and there was a whole thing going on.
Well, John Lennon's John. He started showing signs of waking up. He was saying things like, I don't know, that there's a famous interview and said, I don't know what the world's gone bloody mad. These people they're just, what did he say? They're maniacal from, what did he call it? He said this it's run by maniacs, or it's insane or something. What's going on is insane. Something like that. And he said, I'm liable to be labeled insane just for saying that, but it's run by maniacs. And he was being quite outspoken. And I think he showed signs of waking up. And once you do that, just like Prince and George Michael and Michael Jackson, when they start, realizing what they're a part of and start speaking out, then no more, we think in the Matrix that they're dead, but they might go on to live other lives on other places, in other lands, what we don't know about, and there's another conspiracy right there.
Well, I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't believe in... Let me talk to you about this just a little bit. I went to Catholic school, okay?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes. But that's when I was like, what the fuck? I did Adam and Eve story, and they took a rib, and she talked to a snake. She ate an apple, and I'm like, oh, you got it. Wait, where are you going with this? Okay. But as of very recently, like the past month, my friend, and the audience knows, because I've talked about it, I'm back with Jesus, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they mock him. They talk so much shit about him. You mention you do anything about Muhammad, or you do a comic strip, you get your head taken off, But I've been really noticing that anything, they just joke about him. They make him a goof. Why do they want... See, this is where they, the elite... I just started questioning, why do they keep doing this? And nobody says nothing. Nobody says nothing about it. But they want to take you away from God. Fuck going into the LGBTQ, I don't know who the fuck I am. Fucking hot damn drag queen doing story time. Fuck that shit. Not even going to go there, because that's going to be another hour of our time. But you can imagine how ridiculous that shit is to me. But you know, all the schools are run by the government. All government curriculum. It's like, this is what I say. I said, do you, ladies and gentlemen, do you seriously believe that like a group of people, LGBTQ, got together and the media just ran with it? No. All the media is owned by the government. Anything you see on the television is designed to fucking fuck your minds. Don't bout me. Keep your kids away from that box, the dumb box. Seriously, mates.
Amen, brother.
Hallelujah. Bob Joyce is fucking Elvis. I don't care what you say. Elvis is alive.
Conspiracy music guru's John Lennon.
Yeah. Hey, how did you put up that Yoko chick all that time? Seriously, mate.
She's still alive. She's in now, mate. She's cooking me my noodles right now.
Jenny's Yoko. No, if you kept living with her, then you're sick.
I love her singing, though.
Her melodies, her rhythm.
She's got such a beautiful voice. I don't know what it is. She sings like an angel.
You don't think it's a machine, cats and kittens? Go plug in listen to one Yoko Ono song. How people could even go see her is you know what? Go listen to fucking death metal music before you listen to her, because that's more demonic than.
It's demonic. No, the word for it. It's demonic. It is demonic. It's exactly what it is. It's demonic.
Am I Clemmy?
There's,
hey, baby
like,
girl.
Yeah, lifting about any of that music. None of it is. If you really analyse today's music, it's all demonic. If you really analyse it, none of it is godly.
Yeah,
none of it.
If you take away the laugh track of sitcoms, it's demonic.
Totally. It's free. When you take the laugh track out, it is so freaky.
I watched one with the Seinfeld. You take the laugh track out, cats and kittens. They're really saying some fucked up shit.
Owen Benjamin did a breakdown of that as well. And it's shocking. It's shocking what they're doing. There's so much mind control in it. It's all mind control, bro. It's a bad, bad world, my friend.
That dumb box that you put your kids in front of is MK Ultra. It's mind control from day one. Just so you know. Don't bout me either. Rat bastages.
We call it the well, we've got a lot of names for it really, but the idiot lantern is my favourite.
The idiot lantern.
Yeah.
You say, I take a hit with you, but it's 10 o'clock my time. So I can't. I'm not a wake and bake guy, and I have to be. You know, I got my Friday night show coming up, which I've got nothing right now for. I've got plenty. So this is what I want to do. Hey, listen. I don't want to take more of your time. You don't know how much I appreciated you chilling with me and hanging. You don't know. You don't understand. I want to show you. I want to show you a couple of things.
Go for it.
It's going to be a delay. Now, I hope you've seen them. If you haven't seen them, this is very recent. But this is where, again, it's just a game on you, all right? But now higher-ups are really stepping in. And they're saying, you know what? Fuck this shit. You destroyed the planet. Destroyed it. Collapsed the planet. Fucking idiots. So give me a second, Alex. Let me just set this up for you, and then we'll chill, and I'll let you go. I'll let you have your night with Jenny. See, you got a babe. I don't. That's the sad thing. I got a cat and a mouse, for fuck's sake. I'm so pitiful. It's not.
Don't make me feel bad.
I'm sorry?
Don't make me feel bad.
Oh, no, don't feel bad. I've been alone a long time. Okay, hold on, everybody. I want to show Alex just a couple of things. And I'm going to show you something that I can show people. Here, let me show you this first. Because this is, I try to get across to people that you've never been to the moon. And this is when I was talking about, you can show it to them. Well, I don't know. Even though I'm showing you. What they say. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on the moon, apparently it's 20% of the gravity of Earth, and you got the 250-pound astronauts bouncing around. Correct? Okay, but now you got the moon buggy on the moon, and anybody can explain this to me? Please do. This is 21st of April, 1972. Watch this. You explain to me.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm not gonna break it.
Just explain this to me. Anyone?
Let me up to anything.
All right, come on.
That's all, Mark.
Drive it, man. Watch the dust.
That max acceleration?
Well, why isn't... Okay,
No.
This is my point. Why isn't the dust just floating everywhere? Is moon dust 200 pounds a speck? You understand where I'm coming from here?
Man, you're really bouncing.
Look at the dirt. It just drops, just like it would
Is
be
it
in
underground
the
at all?
desert.
That's 10 kilometers.
Okay, or Arizona. Okay?
Huh? He's got about 2 wheels on the ground. It's a big rooster tail out of all 4 wheels.
You think
And
that's
as
on
he
the
turns, he
moon?
skids. The back end breaks loose just like on snow. Come on back, John.
Come on back, John. Good old boy.
Hey, the deck is running.
Just pay attention to the dust.
Man, I'll tell you, Andy's never seen a driver like this.
You see it floating around? No, it drops. Just like it would on your local beach.
But dude, your audience is smarter
Hey,
than
when he
this.
hits the craters and starts bouncing, it's when he gets his rooster tail.
But you show people something like that, man, and they're like, well, I don't know. That's what makes me nuts.
I think that's what you've got to stop doing. You've got to stop trying to convince people, because that will drive. That's why it's driving you nuts, because you're trying to convince. I've fallen out of that mindset ages ago. Free yourself from trying to show people this stuff, because every journey.
It drives me crazy, man. I'm okay. I'm a good actor.
But you know, it'll drive you mental. It'll drive you mental. I mean, it's obviously theatre. It's obvious. It's just.
Oh, look, he's getting mental. He's getting mental. Look, oh, you're a hypocrite. He just started speaking. He was like, fuck this shit, man. I can't anymore. It's like a lot of people I watch. Are you familiar with Odin's Men? Odins, Odin's Men.
No.
Look him up. Because he just does, it's just, commentary on what the fuck is going on. He's a really cool guy. I really like him a lot. Hey, let me tell you something, Alex. I'm the sanest man I know. I consider, like when I don't know if you've ever seen an episode of mine when I do the paranormal backgammon hour. So I play backgammon and then I show paranormal shit. Scarier than watching the paranormal shit is watching me play backgammon, because I really lose it. Because I don't like losing. But I consider it a valve. I consider it my own therapy when I lose my shit. Because if I kept it in, my head would hot damn explode. Oh. And I hope that happens during the show.
I think we need to find you a partner.
Yeah, I'm looking for a babe. I got cyber babes, some of my fans.
Yep.
But
you called
that's
into
not a babe. I need somebody that can keep me warm at night,
Didn't somebody call into your show and have an orgasm, though?
Martha.
So you can't be short, can you? You can't be short.
That dude, that got me. That was I actually turned a completely different color. I'm a gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. And stuff like that sent me for a loop. Now I'm going to show you a couple of the things. They're about a minute each. And if you've seen them, it's fine. It's good to see them again, because you can see that something's going to happen. And hopefully it's... Let me ask you this before we jump. Do we have a ghost of a chance in our lifetime?
You mean of
things turning around for the better? Because, from day one, look, ladies and gentlemen, I watched this stupid show called Match Game, okay? It's just a wholesome, stupid show from the 70s, right? In 1970, the Match Game is, here, I'll give you an example. The Martians came to Earth and realized there was no intelligent life, so they left because they landed in blank. And the celebrities fill in the blank. So 1973, you know what the answer across the board was? Washington, D.C. That's 50 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing has changed. Inflation never stops. It hasn't gotten better since I've been on this plane of existence. Hasn't gotten better, not once. If you can tell me a time that, hey, 1995, everything started, looking really good. No, it didn't. It just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And it's all a big lie. And it's just getting worse and worse. So I want to know if you think we have a chance. So, because I guarantee you, man, somebody's waking up every fucking day. Every day. Somebody's saying, you know what? Let me scratch my head a little bit.
Oh, dude. Do you know what?
That's a tough question.
My opinion on that differs every day. Sometimes I have hope. Sometimes I think there's no hope.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's me. That's me too. Exactly the same. Some days I'm like, yeah, we're gonna fucking snap out of this, and then other days I'm like, holy hell, man. What the? Look, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about you, my brother, my sister-in-law, myself, because I had great times. I was in the nightclub industry, bro, just like you. 6 years. I mean, from the age of 16 to the age of 40-something, I didn't have a care in the world. Everything was awesome. And then some shit happened with me, and I suffered from depression. And that went on for years. Still does, but not like it used to be. But the bottom line is, we had great times. And the people I care about the most are even your 20-year-olds now, but the children, the little kids. What future do they have? What are they going to do when they get out of high school? Going to drive a taxi? Nope. They're going to all be automated. You going to work at McDonald's? Nope. All going to be automated. Going to work at the groceries? Nope. Where are you going to get a job? Artists. Artists now. What are you doing, you crazy cat? I know, baby. She just said goodbye to you. You think about it. So that's why I say, if you cats and kittens, any of you have had great times in your life, worship them. The future for the children, I don't know. I told you, my niece, 18 years old, in anger management. The fuck? So anyway, let's not bring this down. Let's bring this up. But I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go because Jenny's making dinner, right?
Shelly. Shelly.
Oh, it's Shelly?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been calling her Jenny the whole time. I didn't know her name. You said it, and then I caught on to it. All right, hold on, bro. Let me show you this stuff, man. You're going to dig it. I'm telling you, you're going to really dig it. It's cool stuff, man. Un momento, por favor. Here, watch this. Yeah, that's what I played the other night. All right, so here. Watch this, Al. If you haven't seen it, it'd be great. But you probably have. But I want everybody to watch it.
And things are changing now. Their house of cards is tumbling down, and it is doing so rightfully. I am sick and tired of being called a COVIDiot, and I much rather be a COVIDiot than being a gov-idiot, because that's what all these people blindly trust. So anyway, yeah, you may have heard things are unfolding rather quickly right now, thanks to our colleague Rob Ross, who raised the question in the COVID committee, and the Pfizer representative, answered in quite a clear way. So we all know now the people have been lied to. It was a gigantic lie, and on this lie, everything that governments, especially in the Western democracies, did to infringe on people's rights, to take away their freedom, to lock them in their homes, imposing curfews, all of this was based on that gigantic lie.
Cheers, mate. That comes from Carl Vernon. I don't know if you're familiar with Carl Vernon, but he does all these just 1 minute clips. Let him watching because there's a delay.
I'm familiar with that clip. In fact, I follow this woman on Telegram. She's amazing. She needs, if there's any millionaires out there, she needs funding. She has got the spirit of a lion. I think she's fantastic.
There you go, cats and kittens. See, I knew he'd seen that. Now I'm going to show you another one. Maybe you didn't see it. I'm hoping I can surprise him with something. Hold on. Well, put it this way. You were talking the other day. He did this big event over the weekend. I thought he was going to be in concert, but it was all just podcast stuff. But it's really cool. What was the name of it? You guys can look it up. What was it?
Yeah, it was the True Earth Mount Meru Summit. And what I like about these things is when you do it online, more people come because it's easier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been to the bricks and mortar conferences before, and you get 500-600 people show up if you're lucky. But the online one, and this was at quite short notice, we had over 2,000 people watching. So, and that's the very first one. So, and all of the speakers brought a lot of audience, and who will see it, you know, down the road, further down the road when they start putting out their individual presentations. So,
if you can get me in on the next one, not as a truth seeker, more as like a comedian, because I'll tell stupid flat Earth jokes and shit. I don't know.
All right. All right. Might be a good. But I mean,
I'm gonna show you something else, man. I
It's a
told
lot.
you this is gonna be the best time. If you guys didn't have a good time, I don't know what to tell you. There's the door, man. I knew it being this is a brother from another mother. I swear to you. All right, I'm going to show you one more. Maybe you never saw this one because this is recent. And this is what I want to talk to you about. I never say I told you so, ever. Okay, but when I first showed the clip I just showed, I said I told you so, and I never say that because see, this is the terrible thing. All of you people that have whatever serum they pumped into your bloodstream, it's too fucking late. And you're going to be the new variant. So, us, the people who don't want any government chemical put into our bloodstream, you understand? We got to keep away from you. Yeah, believe it or not. We got to keep away from you, because that's what's going to develop the new variant. All the people, the variant's going to hit all those of you that are all juiced up. Just so you know. I hate to be David Downer, but and for those of you who were forced into it because of your job, you got to understand. You have to explain to me how nurses, doctors, police, firemen, when it was mandated, they get school teachers quit. What do you think, they're dumb? No. They're just like you, maybe not you, and Alex over here. They were like, nope, no thanks, I'll pass. I lose my job, no big deal, because I ain't doing it. You ain't putting nothing in my fucking bloodstream. You rat bastages. Here, watch this, Alex. I'm going to show this to you. Oh, you're going to lose your shit.
Hit me.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move a little bit out of order. I'm going to offer a few thoughts to set the stage here. I was going to do after remarks, basically to buy a little bit of time for Jay. And then I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Atlas Koldorf and then Dr. Bhattacharya. Let me just start by saying that while some are suggesting a so-called COVID amnesty, we are instead asking for accountability for the lies and the injustice resulting from government response to COVID. For the first time in American history, public health bureaucrats ground the strongest economy in the world to a halt, shut down businesses they deemed, quote, non-essential, and forced an initial 14 million people out of work. They then demanded, and Congress provided, $5 trillion in spending to try to save what they had broken. They masked up our healthy children, kept them from going to school, forced them out of playgrounds and off athletic fields and from walking across the stage at graduation, and in so doing set them academically back a generation. They prevented us from attending church, from even attending funerals. They prevented us from going to public parks, getting fresh air and exercising. They forced the elderly to die alone in hospitals and nursing homes with no loved ones at their side. They forced fathers out of delivery rooms, separated from mothers in labor with their own children. They forced Americans, including our military, our border patrol, our nurses and first responders, to choose between losing their paycheck and taking a vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that clip, but it's brilliant. But I will get excited, and it's great that all that's coming out and stuff being said more publicly. exactly, but I will be a lot happier when I actually see some accountability. But I don't believe that's going to happen because I never see it. You never see accountability for all the atrocities. You never see it.
But because that's why it's a TV show. Because you got that Epstein cat, right? All the evidence in the world you need. What happened? Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing happens.
Exactly.
If you think O.J. Simpson spent a day in jail, you're dumb. Okay? Just so you know. They don't do it to their own.
Think Hillary Clinton's ever going to see time?
Never. Not going to happen. All the evidence in the world you need. And all you people do is sit back and watch Judge Judy. You're not up in arms.
This is why I like those clips, and there's a lot of truth going out there. It's kind of like revelation of the method, if you like. They just have to reveal what they've done, and it's right in your face. Never any accountability. We did what we did. You can't do anything about it, and it's just another part of the theatre, and another, two fingers up to the unwashed masses, isn't it? So I don't know. It's just I'll start celebrating when I start seeing politicians being hung from the street.
I always see you got to be careful. That's what I always say. Get them up against the wall. Pink Floyd, all about the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, just listen to any Pink Floyd song and they're telling you the truth. I swear to you. Alex, I want you to sit with me and watch this cat. I mean, this guy is brilliant, okay? And then I'm going to say goodbye to you. And you'll never understand how much I appreciated your time to just chill with me and hang out. It was the greatest. But you got to check this cat out. And this is one of my favorite songs, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorites. So everybody just chill and let's kick back and dig this. Dig it if you can, all right? You just wait a second. Shut up. Don't rush me. Bastages. Now, just give me a second, man. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Fucking hell, mates. Give me a second. I'm telling you, you want to wait for this because this is like one of the greatest songs ever produced.
Better not be an anticlimax. You're building it up too much.
Oh, no. People, hey, I produce a good show, man. For a one man freaking deal, I produce a freaking unbelievable program. I throw a party like you wouldn't believe. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to check this cat out because this guy is freaking brilliant.
1, 2, 3, 4. I told you so. I told you. I told you so. I told you. Remember when I told you about 9/11? Remember when I told you about Building 7? Remember when I told you about the fluoride in the water? Yes, I did. Remember when I told you about the New World Order? Remember that? Remember when I told you about the chemtrails in the sky? Remember when I told you that NASA was full of lies? Remember when I told you about the ultra mind control? Well, I just want to say that I told you so, yeah. Remember when I told you about 432 hertz, that is, and what 440 can do to you? It hurts my ears. Remember when I told you about the vaccine agenda? Yes, I did. And that Michelle Obama is a transgender. Yes, he is. The dinosaur fraud, the climate change scam, and yes, Sandra Bullock is also a man. Remember when I told you that there ain't no globe? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the TV flicker rate? And how it puts your brain in an alpha state? Remember when I told you about germ theory? Remember when I told you about gravity? Remember that? Remember when I told you about Paul McCartney? Remember when I told you about direct energy? Remember when I told you about Monsanto? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the mainstream media? Your so-called celebrities and pedophilia. Remember that? Child trafficking and adrenochrome. Remember when I told you about the Georgia Guidestone? Remember when I told you about the false flag operation? Remember when I told you about 5G radiation? Remember that I told you that? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Yeah, I told you so. Yeah. But you didn't listen. I told you so. I told you so.
Wake your asses up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all had a good time. And again, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. You keep on the good fight, and I'm glad you're happy, you know, and you're cool with it. Maybe I'll get there one day. I just get very frustrated, you know.
Get on them dating sites, mate.
I did that. I did it on the show. I was on Match.com. That's a load of bullshit. I need her to find me, just like my cat.
Yeah, but women are different from cats, though, bro. You understand?
Oh, they're all pussies. Give me a break. Now, I'm going to leave my man Alex with a laugh, because that's what this show is all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's at the party I throw here. It's to give you the fucking news, to black pill you sometimes, red pill you, but in between, we laugh our asses off. And that's what they don't want. They want you suffering. So we have to do better. And you got to laugh every fucking day. And this was an event, man. You don't know how excited I was about it. I'm so glad this man is so gracious enough to say, David, yeah, I'll hang out with you. And maybe we'll get back to where we were. And I'm going to be on a bunch of other platforms because, you know, they're going to take me down any day now. Again. I know they are. So
Get on them up.
I'll keep you posted on that. Alex, any final words? What people can go look up Conspiracy Music Guru, and you can spend the entire day just listening to his tunes. I swear to you, every one of them. There is not one song you've produced that I said, oh, that was okay. No, not one. They're all well thought out and brilliant.
You're too kind. You're too kind. Thank you, man. You've really cheered me up tonight. I've had a great time. And, yeah, it was really fun hanging out with you, man. So thanks for having me on. And I don't know, get on them dating sites, man, and stop trying to save the world.
No, fuck you. I ain't going no cyber dating. I did it already. I'm going out. I'm going out to some strip club. I'm going to get me a stripper. Yeah, that's right. Because I have no ego. I don't care. I'm not a jealous guy.
Babylonian whores. Stay the fuck out of there.
I need a Babylonian whore, though. I need somebody to dip my stick in, man. I've been abstinent for like 5 years, man. Haven't kissed a chick. And I'm not a bad-looking guy. I don't think so. I don't think I'm the worst-looking cat in the kitchen. I'm not hard on the eyes. Yeah, my personality might fucking rub you the wrong way. But, it's Al Pacino. Al Pacino came to say hello to Alex Michael, the conspiracy music guru. Whoa, Alex, hey, whoa. I really want to thank you for hanging out with David, because, he's a lonely guy. But you came aboard, and, man, you made his day. You started his day out brilliant. What did you say, Chris? Oh, well, I really thought it was great that Alex, came on David's show. He came on before. We never thought we'd see him again. But, he came on board. So, Alex Michael is like really a great guy, in my opinion. Don't you agree, Al? I agree, 100%.
Exactly why you need a woman, because I think you're losing the fucking plot, my friend.
I'm losing what?
You're losing the plot. You're losing it.
I've lost it a long time ago, but I'm the sanest man I know.
Just bro, you, man. Keep doing you.
Hey, listen, man. I appreciate you so much. I want you to rock on. Go hang out with your babe, Shelly, and your 17 cats. And go take a hit and finish your cognac and have some venison and fava beans. And, hey, if you do anything with the poem, let me know.
I was genuinely saying this to you now. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass because I'm on your show and there's people listening. I'm genuinely moved by that poem. So when I'm genuinely moved by something, because it's really creative and really inspiring, and when I'm moved like that, I might just do something with it. I don't know whether to just, because it needs like a cinematic kind of backdrop to it, doesn't it? Like it's like a movie plot of some kind. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but
it takes you from a teenager to your death, and just to carry on the good fight. Now, I've been a couple times in my life, man. I was close to my own demise.
What would you do with a poem like that? What would you just put music to it, and then what do you do with it? I mean, what do you put a video to it? That's what you need to do, mate.
Well, not for nothing. I'm making a movie, a short film. It's a manifesto, and you're in it, by the way. As a matter of fact, the song we just did, I told you, you're going to be clips of you in it. And it's about a guy. Oh, and I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm in the middle of producing it. I got my friend Carlin, who's a new producer, by the way. We're going to shoot it. I haven't made a movie in a long time. And this is something I really want to do, and I want to make it like 20 minutes, as tight as possible. I was going to put Tom McDonald in it, but now I'm not. I'll put in it. And I just need you anyway. I just need you. You're just going to intercut, I told you so. That's the song I'm going to use during it,
But I always encourage people doing things like that creatively, making little short films, and because these are great mediums to wake people up. At the end, music is. I've seen how powerful music can be, and short. Because the attention span is quite short out there. Remember, we are dealing with a TikTok generation that only has a goldfish like attention span. So we've got to deliver these truths in shorter ways, in short bursts, like a little movie. People don't want to watch 2-hour documentaries anymore. They want their information in short little bites. That's why we have YouTube Shorts and Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels and all that. So if we can start thinking about delivering truth that way, the old school days of 2-hour documentaries just ain't going to cut it anymore. So we've got to get the youth involved, and that's the end of my speech. Anyway, see you later.
Hey, my brother from another mother, I again appreciate you. I really appreciate you hanging with me. Let's do it again soon. I want you to give Shelly a hug and a kiss on the cheek and say, that's from David Stay.
I will do that.
Because he's so happy that I have you. Because that makes a difference in your life, bro.
I know.
When it's just,
I know.
When it's just, see, this is what you have to understand. When it's just me, myself, and I, all I do is think. That's all I do. I have no distractions. I got a cat and a mouse. That's it. And my buddy Carlin. Because I'm new here. I moved. I'm here. Now, I know nobody here. But anyway, look. You're the greatest of all time.
You're new there. Like, just be patient. When I moved to Spain about 8 years ago, I was new here. I moved to a different fucking country, bro. I left everything behind. And like for the first couple of years, it's quite lonely. Thankfully, I had my wife, but we still have attracted this little group of friends, which are just like-minded, all different personalities from all over the world. But when you've got a mindset, you will attract like. Like will attract like. Just hang in there, bro, and be patient. So I think you're going to be contacting me soon, saying this person has entered my life, and
you'll be the first to know.
I'm
first to know.
I'm going to make that a reality.
Hey, cheers, mate. Here, come on, toast me on the camera. Here, cheers, my brother. My
Cheers,
brother
bro.
from another mother. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you didn't have a good time, I don't know what to tell you. Then you're really soft in the brain. I don't know what to tell you. I love you very much, man. I'll talk to you in a minute. And, yeah, let's carry on. Do whatever. I don't know what to do with it. I just think it's one of the most brilliant poems ever that gives you some encouragement and inspiration. You know? So y'all carry on. You carry on, Michael. I am done with you. Done, I say. All right, my bro. You have a great night. And I'll talk to you in a minute, okay?
All right, man. Ciao for now.
Late, mate. Hi, rhymed. Leave.
Ciao.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'll check you cats out, see how you're doing there. See how you guys are doing. That was a good time. Yeah, there was no chat involved. I appreciate all you people hanging out. I mean... that was, I couldn't ask for better than that. I need Owen Benjamin on next, because I love that guy, too. He's just funny. He's not a musician or anything. If you're not familiar with Owen Benjamin, look him up. He's a good guy. Maybe I can get him. Maybe Alex will get him on for me. John Niem's music. I want to do a song with Alex someday, too. Well, just put them on your computer and sing along with it. That's what I did. Hey, my cyber nephew. 1337, how you doing? Joey Z. Good time. I don't know, man. If you guys didn't have a good time, I mean, I can't do better than that with a guest. No other guest I would rather have. I don't care. Owen Benjamin would be cool, but that would be a whole different vibe. Because Owen Benjamin. Flat fingers. Thanks for hanging. Ergo, thank you, my man, for chilling out. Patrick, thank you very much. Trying to get ahead of the anger. I embrace my anger. Nero! Wilder is attracted like a moth to a flame when it comes to Seinfeld, Big Bang Theory, Babylon 5, Rings of Power, etc. Hence, super douchebag. And your friend Brandon. Why don't you two go fuck each other? Don't. That would be good for you. You'd love it. So that's not even an insult. Guardsman, my man, where you been? David brought up Seinfeld earlier. They called it evil, which explains Wildew fascination with it. I don't want that guy's name even in my fucking feed. Billy Zig. And what's the driver? It's just a dummy. Oh, what are you talking about? What did I miss? I don't know. Citizen Smith was chilling. Billy Zig. Guardsman. My man. Is Alex a Fed? No, he's definitely not Fed. Absolutely 100% not. Patrick, VDH. People also go to Madonna concerts. So I'm not surprised. Who would go to a concert like that? I do it even in her day. I had no interest. I'm not starstruck. I'm not into. I like the Who. I went to many concerts in my life. I went to Green Day in Minneapolis. Yeah. Oh, that's a story. That's a day in the life I could tell you about. Sweetie Squad in the house. Leah Debbie Ain. I have some things to do. Stay well. Oh, well, I hope you take care of those. Bye-bye, Leah. Thanks for chilling. Krista, listen with headphones. It's awesome. Oh, okay. Thank you for that, Krista. I got babes in the house. The True Man Zoo. Your audio is low. It's always a pain in my ass, man. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, listen, everybody. That's it. That's it. I had a wonderful time. I don't care if you guys had a good time or not. I'm sorry about any audio issues, you know. It's just a pain in my ass on a constant. Nobody can figure it out on my end. I think it has to do with me. But listen, tomorrow night, Friday night, oh, I got fun and games and all kinds of shit. A lot of paranormal. I think we're going to do a lot of paranormal tomorrow night. Yeah. That's what I think. And then after the show, I'll say, I told you so. All right. Listen. You'll carry on a good fight. Thanks for chilling with me and Alex. And Oberoth, thanks. Truth Seeker 3, thank you for hanging. And potentially Drew. Drew is here, my man Drew. And anybody I missed, thanks for chilling out. I really appreciate, you joining the party. And I hope you had a really good time. And I want you all to hot damn rock out.